But let's go ahead and get to what I know you're all looking forward to, which is officially the start of Season 3, Episode 100 of the Dead Rabbit Radio podcast. So, I appreciate you guys have been there. I hope that you guys stick with me as I'm moving from one podcast provider to the other. And again, it will be seamless for most of you, but I hope we take the next 100 episodes as a journey together, because I'm having a lot of fun doing this, and I hope you're having a lot of fun listening to it. So, let's go ahead and get started with our first story. Now, this recently happened. Well, I guess let me preface that. This allegation, this story just recently happened. So in October of this year, there's an actor named Columbus Short. He's on this television show called Scandal, which I have a very scandalous story about that show. There is this, I'm not going to get into it, but anyways, basically this girl made me watch it. It's a much longer story than that, and I can't stand it because I can barely stand her. Anyways, Columbus Short is on the show Scandal, or was on the show Scandal. I don't even know if it's on the air anymore. I totally forgot it existed until this story popped up on my radar. So what happened was recently Columbus Short posted something on Instagram. It was a picture of Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, his wife Kim Kardashian, and this Ugandan woman. And the quote underneath the Instagram post, Columbus Short wrote this: "I post this picture for one reason, and one reason only." I'm glad I'm reading it like he's some member of, like, the royal family. Okay. What's a better way to... Okay. "I post this picture for one reason, and one reason only. To expose witchcraft. This is what it looks like. It's an unaddressed issue, but real and present right now. Both men and women all over the world are unknowingly being tormented by witchcraft. And this is what it looks like. You can call me crazy, but I suggest you guys do your research." Of course, provides no links for the research we should do, so I actually had to do some of my own. We'll get to that in a moment, but Columbus, in the future, if you want people to do their research, you should give them a little bit of a starting point. So, the picture, like I said, is Kim Kardashian, this Ugandan woman, and Kanye West. Now, full disclosure, I'm a big Kanye West fan. I didn't start off a Kanye West fan. I wasn't his fan until Graduation. Not my Graduation, the album. That was a bad joke. But anyways, I wasn't a fan of his until Graduation. And then pretty much through and through to the current day. I like him for his music. I like him for his antics, his personality. I think he's kind of a modern day, Andy Warhol type guy, just like a totally out of control artist. And I do have to say, I'm relatively a fan of Kim Kardashian in the sense that I admire her business acumen. Of course, I was aware of her from her sex tape, which is amazing, but I think she's a good businesswoman. She seems to be a relatively stable influence in Kanye West's life. She takes the idea of prison reform very seriously. She went and met with the president. She's talking about going to law school, possibly. I don't think she's an idiot. I think that she's kind of a Paris Hilton type character where she's very attractive and she's smarter than she acts because she knows that the ditz is what sells. Because from what she's done otherwise, she seems to be fairly savvy. But I am a Kanye West fan, and like I said, to a lesser extent a Kim Kardashian fan. I think Kanye West is probably one of the best rappers working right now of the new generation. Not like the Lil Peep guys, but in between like Ice Cube. I'm getting off topic, but anyways. So full disclosure. And full disclosure, Kanye West is an eccentric guy. So in this photo, it is Kim Kardashian beaming with this smile. There's this very tall Ugandan woman standing in between them with a big smile. And Kanye West is staring off camera, blank look on his face. And this is the proof. This is what he's providing to post this picture to expose witchcraft. Now, here's the thing. Kanye West, I don't think, could take a normal photo to save his life. He's an odd duck. That's just who he is. And if two people are smiling in the picture, he's going to look off in the distance. If the two people had this very somber look because they were at a World War I veteran memorial, he'd have a smile on his face. He just has these weird tics about him. But you're saying, Jason, your judgment's clouded because you like both of these people. And that's true. It could be clouded. But here's the thing. This guy in this, 4 or 5 sentences that he posted on Instagram is supposed to be telling the world, exposing the world to the witchcraft that's going on. first off, this photo is terrible evidence. If it was a picture of probably somebody who is normally on top of the world and they look this weird, there might be a little bit more behind it. But again, Kanye is just so weird anyways. And he's always been weird. It wasn't because Kim Kardashian is a witch or anything like that. And that's really what he's suggesting here. That Kanye West is being tormented by witchcraft. And then another user someone responded to this Instagram post and said, "Are you saying Kim Kardashian is a witch?" And Columbus Short responded, "Yep." So he's saying that, yes, Kim Kardashian is somehow casting spells on him. Okay. I'm not going to say witchcraft doesn't exist, because I do believe in a certain element of magic that's possible. What I find incredibly unlikely is that a practicing witch who's powerful enough to control other people, who's able to cast and curse hexes on people, would cast them on Kanye West. And like I previously said, she met with the president. Why didn't she cast them on the president? If she is that if Kim Kardashian is that effective of a witch, why does she get so much hate? Shouldn't her life be absolutely perfect? Yes, she's rich and she's beautiful and all these things, but the general public looks fairly down upon her. So if she's this powerful witch that can actually control people, why doesn't she just meet with like the heads of Fox and all these media outlets, the heads of people, and cast the spell on them? You have to ask these questions. These are questions that have to be asked. So again, if I believe in an element of magic in the world, and I believe that there may be some people who are capable of using it, I do not believe Kim Kardashian is one of those people, because the evidence doesn't prove it. She's met with world leaders, she met with all these people, and she's still pretty much... When she met with Donald Trump, the headline, I believe, was... What was it? The Trump and the Rump? That's not how you would talk about someone who had magical powers to control people. It just doesn't wash. So Columbus Short's allowed to have his opinion, and he does say, "You can call me crazy," but generally when people say that, they kind of know. They don't necessarily think that they're crazy, but they know what they're saying is incredibly illogical, which actually should be a term that's used more than crazy. You can call me illogical because there's no logic behind it. It's a picture of three people and one looks off. For all we know, he saw a duck getting decapitated by a chicken off camera. And that's why he's looking over there. We don't know. We don't have all the evidence. But the evidence that you've presented to me does not tell me that Kim Kardashian is a witch. But I will follow Columbus Short's advice. Columbus Short gave us the advice to do our research. We have to do our research to find out that men and women all over the world are unknowingly being tormented by witchcraft. So, I did. I found a website that told me the signs of a curse. Let's take a look at a couple of these. A lot of them were pretty boring, but I found some ones that were quite interesting. Okay. Number 1, this is a sign you're being cursed. So if this happens to you guys, you know something's up. Number 1, you discover unidentified liquids on your doorstep or around your property. I will let you and your mind fill in what's the worst liquid you could find outside your door. I know what mine is. If I walked outside my door and I saw urine, I'd go, "That's disgusting." If I walked outside my door and saw blood, you know what, the thing is, my first inclination would be like, somebody got hurt here, or someone dumped a dead animal off here. But if I walked outside my door and happened to see, I don't know, semen, I don't think I would jump to witchcraft, but I would think something was very, very off. So that would be, but actually, no, let's go back to this. Unidentified liquid. So I'm just going to look down and I'm going to see a puddle of something. I don't know what it is. That's actually less scary than blood or semen. If I walked out and I just saw a puddle, I'd be like, "That's water." So let's go on with this. One style of hex that a witch may choose to use involves creating an enchanted potion. Upon spilling the liquid in your home, around your property, or on your doorstep, the curse is then evoked. After cleaning up a suspected potion, be sure to cleanse the space with holy water. I would love to meet somebody who every time, like, they just see a puddle somewhere, they're, like, looking around for a pointy hat sticking out of the bushes. Number 3. Now, number 2, they go on, a lot of them are just very vague. I just wanted to touch on the most ridiculous ones. This one here, number 3. Now, I want you to imagine for a moment a grown adult, a mature human being, sits down next to you and tells you this phrase with all earnesty. Like, they look at you and they go with complete conviction, they tell you this. You notice that photos have gone missing. Film-style photography is said to possess a piece of your auric energy, allowing for a special connection to the person being photographed. As such, these photos are often used as part of magic rituals. If you notice that pictures have gone missing around your home, a witch may have taken these. Now, again, I want you to imagine an adult who's walking around their house and they notice a photo is missing. Now, again, I don't think they're talking about like framed photos. Let's say I want you to imagine an adult who's going through their photo album and they notice a photo is no longer attached to the page that it's missing. Now, I think most people are going to go, oh, the glue must have come unstuck, or the paper was frayed or whatever, and it fell out. It's behind the bookcase. That's where the picture is. But I imagine that there are a sizable group of people out there, a witch might have taken this. Like, that's what they jump to. Because they read rule number 3, that they're basically thinking a photo missing equals a witch. There's a group of people out there that is not a small group of people who would believe that. It's shocking to me. Now, again, yes, people probably can harness some sort of unknown energy. I'll accept that. That might be possible. But that's a long leap to saying, oh, honey, where did you put our wedding photo? She goes, I don't know. And he's like, oh my God, check the house for liquids. Are there any liquids anywhere? A witch is loose. Bizarre. It's bizarre. And it's interesting because it says the film-style photography is said to possess a piece of your auric energy. So digital cameras don't do that. Yet, orbs, which are ghosts apparently, only show up, for the most part, in digital photography. So digital photography is good enough to capture the soul of a dead person, but not good enough to capture the energy of a living person. Even though you think that a dead person's soul would actually be given off more energy because it's penetrating the barrier between life and death. And then I have to say, all the photos that I've deleted from my hard drive, was it really a little witch in there? Instead of a paperclip or any other Microsoft assistant helping me. So, yeah, this is completely ridiculous, but people believe this. People believe this stuff. So let me cap this off. Kim Kardashian is not a witch. Missing photos are not the sign of a witch. Another rule here says that if your underwear goes missing, it may be a sign of a witch. If your underwear goes missing, it may be a sign someone's selling them on eBay. If you're a woman. If your underwear is missing and you're a man, it may be a sign that you're selling yours on eBay, or they've simply disintegrated because you never wash them. A problem I commonly have. When my underwear goes missing, I just figured out they just evaporated. Should have washed them. Witchcraft. Now you know the signs. Look for those photos, guys. If anyone still has actual film photos somewhere in their house, check to see if they're still there. Kim Kardashian might have paid you a visit. That was a clip from our daily podcast, Dead Rabbit Radio. Dead Rabbit Radio is available anywhere that you listen to podcasts. It's daily paranormal, conspiracy, and true crime news. If you want to hear the full episode that this clip came from, check the link below. Please like and subscribe. And hit that little bell, too. That does some magical stuff. Thanks, guys.